Welcome to Cheater Confessions. Let's get started with today's story. I met Donna during my second year at Eastern State. She was the kind of girl who sat in the back row, took neat notes, and avoided eye contact like it cost money. Always in plain clothes, no makeup, never spoke unless a professor asked her something directly. I wasn't looking for anything serious back then. Donna wasn't my type, not even close. But one night, we were both at a group study session. Everyone left except us. She stayed behind to ask a question. I answered it before the TA could. That was our first real conversation. A week later, I asked her out. Nothing romantic, just coffee. She was quiet the whole time. I did most of the talking, but something about her was refreshing. No games, no flirting, just present. At first, I didn't think it would last. I wasn't in love. I was curious. But Donna started changing. She joined a women's fitness group on campus, started doing her hair differently, bought jeans that actually fit her. Guys started noticing. She still wasn't loud, but she smiled more. And when we were alone, she was affectionate in a way that caught me off guard. By senior year, we were living together off campus. I'd fallen for her, for real this time. We got married 6 months after graduation. It was a small ceremony, just a few close friends. A year later, our son Jason was born. I remember holding him and thinking, this is it. This is real. We built a life. Steady. Peaceful. Our first apartment was small but clean. I was running logistics for a supply company, and Donna stayed home with Jason. She was a natural mother, patient, organized, and gentle. Every now and then, I'd catch myself watching her from across the room. She wasn't the girl I met in college anymore. She carried herself differently. Her confidence settled quietly into her posture and her eyes. I trusted her. Fully. The kind of trust that doesn't make you check phones or ask where someone's been. When Jason turned 4, Donna said she wanted to work part-time, just to feel useful outside the house. We found a local marketing agency hiring for administrative support. It was small but busy. She came home talking about campaigns and client meetings. I'd ask how her day went. She'd shrug and say, mostly scheduling and fixing someone else's spreadsheet disaster. I was proud of her. She looked more alive. She started dressing a little sharper. She cut her hair shorter. When I said I liked it, she smiled and kissed me on the cheek. Our friends would ask how we kept things so solid. I'd give them the same answer every time. You marry someone who wants peace more than drama. That's what I believed. One night, Donna sat on the couch next to me, scrolling through her phone. I'm thinking of applying for a full-time role, she said. Same office, just more responsibility. I nodded. You think you can handle the hours? She looked me dead in the eye. I need this. For me. I didn't push back. I didn't ask questions. At first, the changes were small. Donna's new full-time schedule meant she left earlier and came home later. Jason started going to an after-school program, which he didn't seem to mind. I picked up more of the evening routine. No complaints. That's what a partner does. But Donna, she started pulling away in ways that didn't make sense. She stopped eating with us, said she was too tired or had already eaten at work. She used to ask about my day, every little thing. Now she'd just nod, half listening, eyes glued to her phone. I noticed she laughed more when she texted. Not with us, not at home. One night, I was setting the table when she came out of the bedroom wearing jeans I hadn't seen before and a silk blouse that looked expensive. Where you off to? I asked. She checked her lipstick in the mirror. Just grabbing drinks with the girls from the office. Susan's birthday. Susan was her manager, a woman in her 50s. Didn't strike me as the party type. You want me to wait up? I asked. She smiled, but not at me. Don't be silly, Raymond. I'll be late. That was the first time she called me Raymond in a long time. Used to be babe or hun. Raymond sounded clinical. After she left, I checked her calendar on the fridge. No birthday, no reminder. I didn't say anything when she got home. She went straight to the shower and then to bed without a word. The next morning, I brought it up gently. Everything okay, Donna? She poured coffee, didn't look up. Of course. Why? You've just been a little off, that's all. She gave me a quick glance. Maybe I'm just tired, Raymond. You think office politics and fixing client disasters is easy? Her tone snapped like a rubber band. That was when I realized something had shifted. Not just the schedule. It was her eyes. She looked like someone who had already made a decision. It was a Thursday when she mentioned it. "There's an office party next weekend," Donna said over breakfast. "Formal thing. Big client win. They're going all out." I looked up from my phone. "You want me to come with you?" She shook her head. "+1s are for senior staff only. It's more of a networking thing." I nodded slowly. "All right. Need me to pick up anything or help with Jason that night?" "I've got it covered," she said quickly. "I already arranged for Holly to babysit." Holly was our neighbor. Sweet girl, always looking for extra cash. I didn't question it. The night of the party, she stepped out of the bedroom, and I had to do a double take. Black dress, open back, and heels. Her makeup was flawless. "You look different," I said. She smiled. "It's a formal event, Raymond. Don't look so surprised." I nodded, but something about it didn't sit right. "Is that a new dress?" She turned her back toward me. "You picked it, remember? Last December. You said it was bold." I didn't remember, but I let it slide. 10 minutes later, a sleek silver sedan pulled up outside. I expected to see Susan or one of the other women from her office. Instead, a man stepped out, tall, polished, mid-40s. "Who's that?" I asked. "Marcus," she said casually. "Creative director. I'm hitching a ride." I watched her walk out. She didn't look back. That night, Holly came over around 8:30 to watch Jason. I thanked her, gave her a quick rundown, and then sat in the office to finish some work. A few emails, a report due Monday, just enough to keep my mind occupied. By 10, I was done. Holly said Jason had been easy, brushed his teeth, picked a book, and was winding down. She headed home, and I went upstairs to put him to bed. He didn't say much, just pulled the covers up to his chin and asked if I could leave the nightlight on. I kissed his forehead and told him I'd see him in the morning. Then I went back downstairs. The house felt too quiet after that. I sat in the living room, lights low, staring at the driveway. Midnight came, then 12:30. Still no sign of her. At 12:45, I called her. She picked up after a few rings. Her voice was slurred, unsteady. "What, Raymond?" "Just checking in. It's late." "I'm fine. It's a party. I'll be home soon." Then she hung up. Around 2 a.m., I called again. She answered, sounding drunk this time, words loose, like her tongue was a step behind her thoughts. "God, stop calling me all the time," she snapped. "You're always checking up on me." "I just wanted to make sure you're all right." "I'm fine," she said, dragging out the word. "I'll be home in a few." Then she hung up. She came home at 3:30 a.m. Lipstick faded, heels in hand, perfume too strong like she'd reapplied it twice. She was drunk, barely trying to hide it. "How was the party?" I asked, voice flat. She smiled like she didn't hear the tone. "Exhausting." She disappeared down the hall without waiting for a response. That was the night I knew something was broken. But I needed proof. The next morning, I woke up to the sound of running water. Donna was already in the shower. Her black dress from the night before was hanging on the back of a chair, still smelling like cologne I didn't wear. I didn't say anything. That week, I installed a camera. Tiny, discreet, tucked into the light fixture above our front door. I did it while she was out running errands with Jason. Didn't mention it. Didn't need to. It was wired into my phone. 3 nights later, I got my answer. It was a Monday. Jason had a sleepover at his friend Ethan's house. Donna helped pack his bag that morning. Nothing unusual. I told Donna I had to work late. I didn't. She barely reacted. She thought the house would be empty. She thought wrong. I sat 2 blocks away in my car watching the live feed from the front door camera on my phone. At 5:42 p.m., Marcus pulled into our driveway. Same silver sedan. She opened the door before he rang the bell. She didn't look surprised. She looked ready. He stepped inside. She closed the door behind him. At 7:18, the door opened again. They stepped out, her hair a mess, blouse unbuttoned, heels in her hand again. He kissed her on the cheek. They laughed at something. And then he drove off. I didn't feel rage, not the kind you'd expect. It was colder than that. Quiet. When she walked into the kitchen the next morning, I looked at her like a stranger who'd broken into my house. "Did you sleep okay?" she asked. "Didn't lose a minute," I said. I spent the rest of that week lining up the pieces. Found a lawyer, started the paperwork, made copies of everything, bank statements, photos from the camera. I didn't tell her. Not yet. Jason and I went to the park that Saturday. We threw a ball around, grabbed ice cream, and laughed like nothing was wrong. I waited until the weekend. Saturday morning. Jason was at Holly's for a playdate. The house was quiet. Donna was sitting at the dining table with her laptop open. I walked in and set a USB drive on the table in front of her. She looked at it, then up at me. "What's this?" "Press play," I said. She hesitated, then slid the USB into the port. The screen flickered. The footage came up. Our front door, date and timestamp, Monday, 5:42 p.m. She didn't speak. When the video ended, I reached forward and shut the laptop. "I want a divorce," I said, voice steady. Donna didn't blink at first, then her hands trembled. "Raymond, no, don't call me that right now." She leaned back in the chair, pale and shaking. "I didn't mean for it to happen." I nodded. But it did. She opened her mouth, closed it, tried again. It was just once. I didn't need more than that. She went silent. Her face changed. "You don't understand," she said. "You've been so distant lately. I thought maybe you didn't care anymore. So you opened the door for someone else," I said. Donna stood up, pacing now. "I messed up. I know that. But we can fix it." I held up a hand. "I've already filed. You'll get the divorce papers on Monday. You'll sign them, or you'll answer in court." Her eyes started to well up. "You're really ending this?" I stared at her. "You ended it the moment you let him in." She stepped toward me like she was going to reach for my hand. I stepped back. "I need you to move out by the end of the week," I said. "Jason's staying here. I've already filed for custody." She covered her face with both hands. I didn't feel victorious. I felt clear. Donna moved out on Friday. No big scene, no screaming. She didn't fight me on custody. Maybe she knew it was better for Jason. He asked why she wasn't coming home that night. I didn't lie. I just said, "Mom needs time to figure some things out." He didn't ask a second time. He accepted that more easily than I expected. We stayed in the house for another month. Then I sold it. Too many memories embedded in the walls. I found a place in a small town, clean air and better schools. Jason adjusted fast, made new friends at his new school within a week. He liked the backyard more than the one we had before. I kept busy. New job, long hours, but clean work. Honest. No politics, no pretending. Donna texted a few times. "Can I talk to Jason? I'm sorry, I miss him. I miss us." "You were a good man, Raymond. I see that now," she said. I didn't block her, but I didn't respond either. Jason didn't ask to talk to her. Not once. Maybe he felt the shift too. Word got back to me that Donna was living in a rental in the city. Marcus was long gone, and she'd been through 2 jobs in 5 months. I didn't care enough to verify. It was late fall, nearly a year after Donna left, when the letter showed up. Handwritten. No return address, but I knew the handwriting. I waited until Jason was asleep before I opened it. "Raymond, there isn't a day I don't regret what I did. I think about the life we had, the one I ruined. I miss Jason. I miss your steadiness, the way you never yelled, even when you had every right to. If you ever find it in your heart, I'd like to meet. Not to fix things. I know that's not possible. Just to say I'm sorry in person. Please think about it." I folded the letter once and tossed it in the fireplace. Not out of anger, not out of pride, because there was nothing left to discuss. Some apologies don't need to be heard, just understood. And some choices don't need closure. They are the closure. I had Jason. That was what mattered. The life we had was over, but something new was ahead. Something quieter, steadier. I didn't know exactly what it would look like, but I knew we'd be all right. I woke up earlier, packed lunches, helped with homework. I made room for small joys, not because they erased what happened, but because they reminded me of what still remained. Trust, love, time. I didn't spend my days wondering what went wrong anymore. I spent them building what came next. It wasn't the life I planned, but it was mine. And it was enough. Thank you for watching.